Hi everybody, hi my sweet lifers, it's Alisa here hanging out in the Sweet Life garden. I wanted to give you a little garden update. I've been working so hard in between all this rain that we've had, trying to get all the vegetables set up and established for the summer. Check out the cucumbers. I've got everything now up off of the ground, and I'm going to come in here and show you. I don't know if you remember last year, we had such a hard time getting these guys to make cucumbers, and now I'm getting like 3 and 4 off of each plant per day, and I just have to come out here every day in between photo shoots. Look at this little babies. No problems getting anything pollinated this year, and I think a lot of it has to do with not only lifting them up but also planting some of these cool little flowers in the middle of the bed. So over here I see another one right here. See? Just beautiful. 2 different varieties. One I'm going to be making pickles with and relishes, and the other one is gorgeous for salads and salsas. So I have a few tomato plants in here, and these are the marigolds that popped up from last year, and they survived the freeze just fine. I was going to see if I find another cucumber, if I see any more. Here's another one right here. And I love it when they go over the archways. The garden is just so lush and beautiful whenever that happens. Over here, I've got my beets that you know Uncle B loves, and my purple cabbage that's just popped up from seed. And I've got that grain that Carl and I planted that I'm going to actually grind into flour and make some homemade pasta on the Two Chefs show in a couple of weeks. I don't know if you remember me building this. I talked about it a little bit, building this octagon around the tree, and I filled it full of gladiolas and wildflowers, and so I'm looking forward to photographing babies there and families there. Over here I've got the eggplants this year. I moved them from over there. They seem to be doing much better here than they were over there. I think the sun is just really too strong over there, and this is just a good spot for them. I neemed everything last night because we were getting some bugs, and I see one right here. These are the ones I'm really trying to get rid of. These guys are poisonous, and they are not fun to have in your garden. So I'm going to come back and actually neem up underneath there. This is a mammoth sunflower, and somebody got in here on Saturday, take a peek at that, and ate through the center of that. I'm not really sure what did that. It's also cracked in here some of the stalks, and I also neemed it. I'm not sure if that's going to help fix it or not, but I'm hoping that we can keep it. I really want it to grow big, and I put 50 of these out in the back orchard, which I'm going to show you that in a second as well. The asparagus is doing so good. Oh my goodness, so good. I'm letting it just grow, 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 grow. I'm not even trying to get anything out of it this year. This is its 2nd year, and then hopefully by next year we'll be able to actually have some asparagus that we can harvest throughout the year or throughout the season when it's growing. But look at here. All of these are my tomatoes. Tomatoes for days, guys. I got in here and taped up and got them up off the ground. We had all this rain and a lot of stuff got messed up. A lot of stuff started to get blight. You can see some blight here. These leaves have gotten too much water. But look down there, you've got gorgeous cherry tomatoes. Lots of fresh on the vine, babies coming in. I neemed everybody yesterday as well. Got some Joseph's coat spinach here. Over there, some Romas that are not looking too happy. Over here I've got, look at these grape tomatoes. Look how beautiful those are, guys. So pretty. So pretty. And then over here, there's another variety. Got the beefsteaks. And I've got to clean all this up. Anything that didn't look good or was not growing properly, I just pulled out of here. So these guys are still squishy. They're split a little. I think that's because of the rain, because we did get 23 inches in Houston last week, and we're getting more today and more tomorrow. It's completely screwed up all of my photo shoots for the Everybody wants to be photographed in the garden with Auntie A right now because, of course, the children want to come take home vegetables to eat. A lot of my babies love the vegetables. Look over here. This is probably one of my favorite beds. These guys are just so beautiful. And knock on the bamboo, I haven't seen one stink bug yet. So I'm going to keep neeming. Hopefully I won't have to do the takedown. But if I need to do the takedown, I'll do the takedown. Because I'm not going to work this hard and then have all this work go to waste. Lots of beautiful things. Lots of beautiful little baby tomatoes. And then these guys, I'm getting ready to put in another arch here. These were what I call the volunteers. I didn't plant tomatoes here, and they came up through the freeze. I've actually got tomato plants behind the pool. Tomatoes are popping up everywhere. So if anybody's in the Houston area needs some tomato plants, hit me up or DM me, because I've got a lot of tomato plants, more than we'll ever need. And then this is the watermelon and melon. And I pulled them out of their cage, and then we're going to put an arch in here this week and one to the final bed, and then I'm going to take these guys and put them over on the arches, so we'll be able to pick that and have them up off the ground. And that last bed, I've got artichokes that I've started from seed, and I'm going to be putting in artichokes here. But because the deer love artichokes, I'm going to keep it caged as long as I can. And then I've got some special netting with some stuff that smells like Irish Spring soap that they don't like, and so I'm going to hang those from some hooks around that once it has to come out of its cage. Back here in the back, this is what I had started building last year. I had put together pomegranate, blueberry, mango. What else was back here? Citruses, all the citrus trees, lemon, lime, and the freeze took out a lot of it. And so what I've done is I've put in annual and perennial wildflower packets that attract bumblebees and butterflies. I put in a row all the way around the entire exterior. Those big mammoth sunflowers that you just saw over there near the eggplant. And then I have hand painted these pavers, and I'm actually coming in here and hand painting leopard. I started doing the spots on them, and I'll finish those, and then I'll come back in and hand paint the black to finish the leopard pattern. I think this is going to be a gorgeous place for the children to be photographed, especially some of the seniors with their prom dresses. And this purslane flower, I don't know if you remember me telling you about that before. These are one of those flowers that are edible, and they are covered up, let's see if I can say this right, James Edward, antioxidants. Is that right? I always say it wrong. These are a really great source for that, and you need to pick them and put them in your salads. You can put them with some syrup, the magnolia syrup that we made a couple of weeks ago on the Two Chefs show with Carl. Really wonderful too. The hibiscus in the front is actually blooming, and I'm getting ready to make a hibiscus syrup, and put together a nice drink for the mason jar martinis for that as well. But the last thing I wanted to show you is the cutting garden. Because what I've done is, I've always had the herb garden, you know, I've always had a little bit of a vegetable garden. Of course, this vegetable garden has grown over the last year on the channel. Take a pan through there all the way down, Jamesy. We actually put in more of the stone. I've got a passion vine that's going in on that arc this week as well. But back here, one of the things that I thought would be really neat would be to do a cutting garden. And so I've put in zinnias, cut and come again, cosmos, and dahlias. And I cannot tell you how pleased I am with this wonderful area. Look at this dahlia. Look at how beautiful this is. Just gorgeous. Almost as big as my head. And all these gorgeous zinnias. And this is just a beautiful place. Those are the cosmos in the front. Going to be such a beautiful place for the children to be photographed with the wheelbarrow, and just a really neat thing. And to have these guys be in flower arrangements all over the house, in the potty and over in the kitchen. And I just am really excited about being able to have this do as well as it's done. Because what I did is I just sowed the seeds. You know, I went in here and I just dug a little trench and sowed the seeds. And now all these guys are coming up, and they're attracting butterflies and bees, which is in turn helping all the tomatoes here. And last year, I think you might have remembered if you've been watching the channel, I planted these inside the tomato beds, and that's not good for tomatoes because there was no air that could get through them. Now I've got them here beside them. So they're beautiful here and helpful, but separated from the actual vegetables so that these tomatoes can grow and have the air that they need to not get diseases. So anyway, I hope that you found some value in this video. I look forward to having you like and share and ring the bell. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you'd like to ask me questions about. Last year, the cucumbers were really plentiful in the beginning, and then they wouldn't pollinate. So I had to figure out how to do that. This year, I'm not having any problems with that. So every year, you learn a little bit more. Listen, I look forward to seeing you soon on the channel. Take care.